Hi, welcome back. I'm Rain Chocolate, and I am joined by Sutumonia, and we'll be commentating the Exodunks versus Templis team. Exodunks brought the Slasher, Talwar, Scythe, Hurricane, and Hyperion, and they warped in at ranges between 30 and 50 kilometers. Sutumonia, do you want to introduce the Templis team?
Yeah, Templars have chosen to come in at 30. Kind of interesting because they do have the Scorpion and the Oracle. Normally, ships that kind of like to hang in the back. Maybe they're quite anxious about that Hyperion's MJD landing on top of them. Although the Hyperion did come in at 32, which is kind of an odd choice. Anyway, yeah, they have the Scorpion, Oracle, Extra, Dragoon, and Rift. It's going to be very interesting, I think, this match. I think I agree with Starfleet Commander about the Harbinger pick because it also has a very good drone bay too, which the Oracle doesn't have. So the Extra is only actually going to get drones from the Dragoon and the Scorpion, and the Scorpion has a pretty small drone bay too. I believe only has 75 meters cubed.
Yeah, and so the match has just now started, so we're seeing these teams immediately start moving. But watching this Hyperion to see if he's actually going to MJD, though I don't think he will be. It looks like he's just burning at the Templis team.
It'd be interesting to see where those jams are going. It looks like just on the scythe right now, it looks like they're trying to maybe use that Oracle to maybe pick off the Tower or the Hurricane, both two pretty decent kills if they can get them with the Oracle. Looks like the Slasher's kind of coming around, trying to get a tackle, but trying to keep Traversal up so he doesn't die. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. It seems just kind of like the kind of flirting that happens between like two teams before. It's like the Dragoon's actually taking a lot of damage here.
Yeah, and nobody actually on the Exodunks team is taking any damage. So while we see that there is an attempt for jams on the scythe, we don't actually know if they landed because we can't see if the scythe even needs to rep anyone. Maybe that Slasher, I don't know.
The Dragoon actually got scrammed and webbed by a Hyperion. I'm not entirely sure how that happened.
Yeah, I'm not sure. This Rifter's also taking lots of damage. He's sitting right next to this Hyperion. Looks like he may be dying too.
Yeah, he has been picked up by that Slasher. The Slasher has him scrammed and webbed. The Hyperion is also scrammed and webbed though by the Rifter. So they're kind of trading tackle here right now, but I don't think this Rifter is going to last long. Well, grappled, scrammed, and webbed by the Slasher. The Extra seems to be holding him right now, but he's taking big chunks. I don't think he can sustain this very well. I think the Rifter's going to go down pretty soon, and then it's just going to be a sweep for Exodunks.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of disappointed because I figured Templis with the Scorpion, like trying to land those jams, they'd be taking more people out. I mean, they have an Oracle that can land some pretty heavy DPS, but it looks like I think he's shooting at the Hurricane now. As I say, it doesn't really look like they're taking advantage of having a Scorpion and potentially jamming that scythe.
Yeah, they're blowing all the jams on the scythe, which is kind of interesting. I think at times it's better to split the jams between different targets, but they've just been running them on the scythe the entire time so far. That I guess their tactic right now is to try to kill the Hurricane. But it looks like the scythe is well, the scythe is it looks like the scythe is jammed, but there is rep bots on the Hurricane which seem to be keeping him up quite nicely now. Oracle taking damage. The Oracle should be able to survive this light damage, but I mean they're gonna get tackled eventually. I think the Scorpion is now scrammed by the Slasher, I believe. So
Yeah, the Oracle actually has switched targets from the Hurricane to that Slasher, and now I think he's back on the Howar. I'm not quite sure exactly what they're attempting to shoot at, but this Rifter is holding this poor Scorpion down.
yeah, damage coming on to the tower now, but with that, the tower actually has a very, very strong bonus. Say a 75% reduction to signature bloom. So even though it's a destroyer, it can actually have a signature close to a frigate when it's MWDing. So it's going to be hard for that Oracle to track him, I think, if he's flying correctly. And Exodunks are a very strong team with roots in Alliance tournament. So
Yeah,
I
although
definitely think.
as I say, I'm super impressed by this Rifter because he has been, I think he was grappled by the this Hyperion, and it looks like the tower was probably shooting him for a while. But he's actually holding up pretty decently, especially with these Execure reps. And as I say that, he starts dying faster, but he's been alive for quite a few minutes while in the heat of battle.
Yeah, he's doing actually a pretty good job of not being in overheated grappler optimal, but he's like orbiting him at like 5-6K, so that way he's still fast enough. He's still gonna have a faster base speed than the Hyperion, so he doesn't get tracked. It's what he did in the first match against Make Him More Great Again. So great piloting from that Rifter. Although it looks like with the tower DPS coming into him now, he's no long for this world.
Yeah, I mean he's kind of holding. He's in really low structure, but he's kind of holding. The Scorpion is now taking some armor damage. The Hyperion was actually dropping pretty low, but now he's catching reps again.
Yeah, I think crucially here, we just saw the Slasher pick up Scram on the Oracle. I think if the Oracle goes and it's over for them, the Oracle is, basically the linchpin of this setup. It's the only ship that has any substantial DPS left. And now that he's caught by that, it looks like he actually got jammed off. It looks like the Scorpion has changed jam tactics now. He's put jams on Tower and the Slasher too, which has kept the Rifter alive, because the Rifter was mostly dying to the Tower volleys that were coming in, and it cleared the Slasher's tackle off the Oracle, so the Oracle's been able to MWD off now and sustain himself.
Yeah, and this Scythe, while it does show a jam attempt, it looks like he is not actually jammed because you can see the reps coming off of him onto the Hurricane. So he seems to be doing pretty decently, especially since he's been trying to fight the ECM more all game. Hyperion is slowly taking damage. I'm not quite sure. It looks like he's able to hold okay.
Yeah, the Scythe does have that infilink from the Cane, and since the Scorpion has been forced to swap jams over to the Slasher to save the Oracle, it's taken some jam pressure off the Scythe, which has got him unable to rep. The Oracle is caught again by that Slasher, although it just cleared the Scran again. Maybe he got jammed again. The Hurricane is going pretty low, though. Maybe if they get if they can keep the Scythe and the Slasher jammed, maybe they can clear this Hurricane. If the Hurricane falls, that's the info link's gone, which could be pretty crucial. Although it seems like the Oracle is dying anyway, despite being untackled.
Yeah, he is not doing too well, and having him gone removes the majority of the DPS from the Templis team, so they're going to actually really struggle to kill anybody else. I mean, obviously the Scorpion has missiles, but it's not, I mean, he's primarily focused on the ECM. He's not really going to be dishing out DPS like the Hyperion would be.
Yeah, and with the Oracle down, you can see their attack bar is minuscule now. It's basically just the Scorpions, Rapid Heavies, and whatever guns the Rifter has. And the Rifter is currently sitting on this Hyperion, so he's not going to be doing any DPS to the Hurricane. I don't think the Scorpion is going to be able to finish off the Cane himself. So I think it's probably over. I think Exodunks are most likely going to get a dominating victory here.
Yeah, and the Scythe is no longer jammed, it seems. He's still putting reps on that Hurricane, and he is holding. So now if they can finish off the rest of the Templis team, then yeah, they'll get that dominating victory, which is 4 points instead of 3 just for the victory.
Yeah, the Cane is stabilizing now. I don't think there's any chance of them killing it. So the Rifter's gonna go down pretty soon. Sooner or later, they're just gonna fail jams, and they're gonna fail Cascade. I think Exodus actually are kind of on the clock here. They need to kill everything in 3 minutes, and it definitely is possible. But if these guys can survive for 3 minutes, they could deny Exodunks the dominating victory as well as keep themselves some points in case there's a tiebreaker in the league. So I mean, but the Scorpion is going down now, so well, we'll see. But I mean, this could be a crucial moment.
Yeah, I was going to say, this Executor is still alive and keeping his team alive. Like, he's been doing pretty decently. It seems as though Exodunks has just completely ignored the fact that Templis has a Logi pilot. They just haven't really done anything to this Executor at all.
Yeah, they seem pretty confident that they can break things through the Executor reps. It looks like the Scorpion's going to go down pretty soon. He is getting some extra reps, but they're not going to hold him up, especially since they don't have any rep bots, really. It's just the extra that has rep bots on him.
Yeah, and it does look like the Scorpion is MJD. We'll see where he lands. I don't know if he's trying to break this record or... Nope, it looks like he kind of escaped. He's still with... he looks pretty far from the Executor, but I think he's still catching reps. He is running his smart bomb. I'm not quite sure what for, if it was to try to get that slasher off of him, because he didn't really have any bots on, or drones on him at all, DPS or otherwise.
No, the cool thing about this is, I mean, it's not going to win him the match, but by getting out like that, he can be denying Exodunks the domination victory here, and this could actually change the high-end points table quite a bit, because with the Otters team getting the 2 dominating victories, denying Exodunks from one, a team that deserves very much to be at the top of the leaderboard. They could be influencing the minor league here, even though they're losing quite a bit.
Yeah, we do only have 1 minute left, and while it doesn't look like anything really is dying, except maybe that Execure, I mean, they're not going to be able to finish off the Scorpion as well as everything else on the field, so that was actually pretty good on their part, on the Templis part.
Yeah, Templis, even though they can't win or really bring anything back from this match, they can save themselves points in the event of a tiebreak, and also maybe at least bring Exodunks down a bit if they die to them. So
yeah, although
you
we
know.
do have to watch. The Scorpion is actually, I think, it looks like 100 kilometers from the arena center, so he might not realize he's going for the Edge of Glory. So he may accidentally die anyway. So if I was gonna say, I know there's slasher, the Exodunk slashers after it, but if he dies anyway to the boundary, then their efforts go in waste. We have 5 seconds left.
Yeah, with 3 seconds left, though, it looks like they are going to survive. So Exodunks tanking this match, but being denied the domination victory by the Scorpion MJ Ding to freedom.
Yeah, and with that, we'll send it back to Elise in the studio.